Only touch greatness.
Yo, what's up? This is Grip. And y'all gonna have to check me out on the next episode of our Only Touch Greatness with my boy Ryan and my boy Royal, because that shit's gonna be lit. Tap in.
I was listening to one of my favorite Ice-T albums, and I forgot that you was on Funky Gripsta, and then you was rapping. I was like, yo, this is her. And this is one of my favorite album covers of Ice-T.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Home Invasion, you know what I'm saying? Him looking at the kid, you know, striking the kid down with the white girl getting, you know, it looked like she about to get killed. Like, and it all comes to like, you know, the Planet X book, right? So how was it working on Funky Gripsta? Was that one of your first songs on with Ice-T at that time?
Yeah, so that was one of the one of the first songs I had ever written, because again, when I met Ice-T, I hadn't been rapping very long. This happened really, really fast in a matter of months. Like right when I started rapping, I got into competition, and then I met Ice-T. So that was like the song I think that I was rapping when I was in the competition, and that I ended up winning the competition. I think I got like second place in that competition out of all these grown ass folks. And so that was what I was going on stage rapping, and he was like, I want to put that on my album, you know, come to the studio and do it. And then he kind of wrote the hook or whatever, and I just kind of did like the verses that I had been rapping for the show. But it was challenging because, you know, being like a studio artist is different than just going on stage rapping raw. You can kind of like make mistakes, and it was just different. But it was challenging having to go in there, especially with him and all of these professionals, and just be thrown in the studio and they're like, rap, like get on the mic and rap, and then they're like, okay, do it over, okay, more like this or like that, or you know. But I didn't have that much correction, but I was very nervous for sure, you know, very much so. But I ended up getting it. And it was interesting.
I was about to say, how was it like? You know, like at that moment, you're in the studio with Ice-T. You know what I'm saying? With all people. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like I think like the body count era Ice-T too. Like it was about to bubble with like shit like that. You know, the Mr. Hardcore Ice-T, and I can hear like. When you flowing, like you had like a little bit of like inspiration by like Yo-Yo, because you kind of remind me of, you know what I'm saying, like Yo-Yo, like a babe Yo-Yo, you know what I mean?
A baby Yo-Yo, huh? Yeah, that's right. I did used to listen to Yo-Yo. I used to listen to a lot of Crisscross, Das Effects, Naughty by Nature. I think I kind of
Tretch. Right.
Yep. Shout out to Tretch. I kind of mixed a lot of that shit in there. And I hear like the Yo-Yo, well, I'm the funky Gripsta, you know.
Funky Gripsta.
Tell you what, I'm just yeah. So that's it. I almost unconsciously, you know, was rapping like that. I think that's just kind of how you delivered your shit back then. But it was lit.
Yeah, you recently returned to music. What were you up to while you stepped away?
So, oh man, I'm gonna be honest. So over the years, I've still kind of like been making music, but not really like putting it out, you know, because when you rap, like you never just really stop writing raps, you know. And I would do stuff here and there when people would ask me. But I went to college and I became a special ed teacher. So I taught special ed kids for many, many years. And I have two sons that are teenagers. So just kind of like living life like that, you know, doing some little acting stuff here and there, some commercials and stuff like that. And chilling. I think when the pandemic came, it gave me time to like tap back. I had more free time, so I was able to tap back into like I don't want to say what I really wanted to do, but like the way that I find more like freedom in myself. Being a teacher, especially somebody like me, being a teacher was very confining. because you have to fit into this role, and that's not really me. So even though I love the kids, it was kind of like I would be putting on an act like I was this square person, which I'm far from it. People would joke, like, you know, when I would get off, they would be like, wow, okay, so you're coming back to your other side. Here she goes again. And I would even wear prop glasses to work, so I could try to look more like square and shit, because I have all these tats, and I wear long sleeves. And so anyway, it was interesting, but I'm glad that I'm back rapping, and shout out to Ice's daughter, Tisha, who I grew up with, because she was really the person that came to me and was like, bitch, you about to start rapping again. I'm going to creatively direct your shit, and I'm going to be by your side, and we're going to do this shit. And she was like, and it ain't no choice. You're going to do it, so get started. And this was just in February, this past February, when Ice got his star at the Walk of Fame. We spent 3 weeks together, and then that time she just kind of like told me, do it. And that's how I got started back.
No
so
shit.
What are you working on?
So, oh no, I was about to ask her too.